What's up, YouTube world? It's your boy J Dub, the #1 comment on YouTube, and I'm back with another review. Today, I will be reviewing. Reviewing. I gotta slow down sometimes. Love and Marriage, DC. This is Season 1, Episode 2. Before I get started, for those who are new to my channel, I do detailed reviews of reality shows. I try to hit the most important details that stick out to me, and might pick up some details that you may have not seen. And we just go from there. So also, as I told you, I am YouTube's #1 commenter, and what that means is this channel here is all about the comments, not about the likes, not about the subscriptions, but I need those comments. The comments give me the energy to put that great content out that those are looking for. And as I tell y'all, when you see the people in the comments, you think J-Dub funny? Look down in those comments. You're going to see the funniest comedians you ever seen in your life. They had me cracking up, about to drop my phone, kick over my computer, all kind of stuff. It gets real crazy. But why it's such an enjoyable time? Those are the Dub fam. Those are my YouTube cousins who join with me in just learning, laughing, growing, just having a good old time. And the only thing that I ask is that anybody down in those comments, just show them respect. Don't disrespect nobody. Now, if you want to talk about DJ Quicksilver being a fun-sized DJ, or what can I say? The show's so new I can't even get the insults. Or Chris Samuels wearing his church suits from the Steve Harvey collection, say it, but just be respectful to each other. So let me go ahead and get started with the review. I can say that the show ain't picked up as much as I would have liked to, but it's only the second episode. But what is so welcoming is that your boy J-Dub is from DC. I'm a part of the DC DMV crew, meaning, I lived in all areas. So there's some places that I might see that you may not have recognized, because this is the only place I've ever lived in my whole life, in this area. This is what I know. This is what I do. I know this whole city back and forth. So we're gonna get on a little DMV tour guide, because why I gotta say DMV? Really, this is Ready to Love. I said Ready Love, Love and Marriage, DC, but the show is not based in DC. Why I say that? Because nobody lives in DC on the show. But okay. So let's go ahead and start it off. It starts off with Ashley and Monique, and they're meeting at Art and Soul. This is like one of the first scenes I've seen. It could be from here or Ready to Love that was truly authentic. Art and Soul is a restaurant that, it serves up, let's say, normal brunch items or food in that manner, but they take it to like a higher level. Like, it wouldn't be the typical chicken and waffles. It's going to be something off the chain, artistic, and tasty. And it steps away from the Capitol building, as well as Union Station. Union Station is a very busy Amtrak train station that people come in constantly, 7 days a week, in and out. When I was younger, we used to go there. It was like our mall in DC. That's where we used to go to watch the movies at. I don't even know they still have movies there. If I don't know, there probably ain't no movies there. But I don't really do too much in DC no more. But anyway, let me get on to it. So Ashley is meeting Monique, and I saw her get out the car, and she looked back. She was looking at Monique's Bentley. I don't know if she was looking at the Bentley because, she couldn't believe it was the big Moussain Bentley or whatever, or she thought she was so late that Monique might have been in the car and was going to be leaving or whatever. But I noticed that she looked back at it. Your boy J-Dub's got his likings to certain things, and cars is definitely one of them, but she gave it a look back. So I was looking at Monique when she was sitting at the table, and I noticed it's time for Monique. What she said, their 10th anniversary coming up. I sure hope Chris has a ring upgrade in that anniversary package, because it's about time. Monique, it's no faking. They're the real deal. They're millionaires, because I can't say Chris, because that's their money. And also Monique's contributes because she's a smart businesswoman, and she gets in there, invests, and it manages things. So it's their money. Chris, upgrade Monique's ring. We'll get her whatever she wants. Y'all really got it. Let the lady have a ring. Check with Steve from Married at First Sight. He got a hookup with JaredAllen.com. So, I thought at first this sounds crazy because I guess it's new to me. I originally thought that Ashley was Arena, and then I looked, and then I heard her speak, and Ashley said the word "tu." When she said "tu," that's B-more. Hey, that's Ashley. That ain't Arena. But I should have known. Arena wouldn't have had that beret with the pearls on it and the earrings with the pearls on it. That gave a little Baltimore vibe. I gotta laugh because we got people in the Dove family that's from B-more. Shout out to AW and all that. No disrespect, but how we feel about Baltimore from this area. That's how it is, but no disrespect. I'm all about respect. But it was funny to me because, like I said, that word Q. I know we got accents. I know I got an accent if you hear me, but I like our accents, not Baltimore's. But I would say Monique's on the same campaign. She's complaining because her and Chris are in the 10-year itch, instead of the 7-year itch. She's actually gone through her marriage with a fine-tooth comb to kind of pick out the promises that Chris hasn't stood up on. And I don't like the choice of words because fine-tooth comb sounds like a nitpicking. Because if you think about it, in 10 years, most of us will change or have so many things will happen in life. So you're going to hold a person to each and every word they said to you. It sounds like you're either looking for a problem or you're seeking perfection. Either way, it's all bad. It ain't no good. Because on the real tip, not that Monique doesn't bring into the situation from the previous show that she was on, like they say that other show, which they talking about Real Housewives of Potomac. I was kind of getting the vibe that Monique was maybe a trophy wife, maybe a gold digger. I don't know. It felt like that at first, but I'm not saying, I know she contributes to the marriage, but, she kind of seemed like she kind of giving Chris like a hard way to go. And I get it, even because he was a former professional athlete, he doesn't get to be taken off the hook for being a husband, or upholding his husbandly duties. But she sound like she picking the man apart, and that's never fair. And pretty much Ashley is like in more so agreement where she feels like, Quicksilver, which she's been saying, like she doesn't have the same abilities to move like Quicksilver. Like Quicksilver could take jobs for months or long periods of time, and she never has that chance to do that because she's been striving to, I guess, gain success or get stronger in her field by getting her degrees, and she's had to drop out of school twice. And that is something. So it sounds like Quicksilver needs to step up with more support. That money thing ain't everything. I'm gonna say that because that's when we start getting into that what do you call that, husbandly duties of providing. It's not just all about the money. You got to be providing other things as well. Because a lot of times, let's say the big money dudes just going to be big money dudes anyway, whether they're going to have the money or not. Well, wife is going to be there or not, but you still have to provide more, not just the money. Because if they're gone, you still going to have the money, but what are you doing as a husband? Because you chose to be a husband. But let me not go too deep. So something I learned new, DJ Quicksilver, because this is out Baltimore, because I don't know too much. He has an office in DTLR. What's DTLR? That's downtown locker room. And that's big for me because, like I told y'all, the fun fact, your boy J-Dub is a reformed sneakerhead, and downtown locker room came out in like the late 90s or whatever, and it used to be in all our malls. They used to have all the shoes, good prices and everything. And DJ Quicksilver has been the voice of downtown locker room for all this time. So they've been in business together, and that's a huge thing in this area. It is. And he had mentioned that, like, I guess he's gone through difficult times with losing his father as a teenager, and his manager is his everything. I don't like when he say that, something like that about a man. He's my everything. But what he's just saying is that his manager has stepped up into the fatherly role and protected him and looked out for his best interest, which I could get with that, because sometimes it would seem like a person in that position would be looking to take advantage of someone. So I get it why like the guys is so important to him, his manager. So they're discussing they planning events for the CIAA. And what pretty much with that, without going too deep, is it's a college basketball tournament for HBCUs, historically black colleges, and it's normally in North Carolina, but this year it's in Baltimore, so that's right up DJ Quicksilver's alley. So they're gonna just plan a whole bunch of events, because Quicksilver is a party promoter as well, because he's a DJ, so he knows everything and everybody. So we go to Monique. Monique's having a meeting with the radio station, the famous radio station in my area, WPGC 95.5. I always want to say that like I'm on the radio or something like that. But that's a huge thing. WPGC's been out since I was a little kid. And at this point, for those of, let's say, some of my younger viewers, back in like the mid 80s, like we didn't have hip hop stations. Like they didn't exist. We listened to contemporary music and and a lot of people that didn't look like us. And guess what? The music was great, and it's still great to this day. But it's just some people don't know how lucky they are to come up in a time where there's so many choices. We didn't have those choices, but even though we enjoyed it, I'm not saying that we were deprived of nothing, because we listened to things that weren't on the radio. We got through like cassette tapes or whatever. But I loved all that music: Cyndi Lauper, Phil Collins, Paula Abdul. I mean, I could go on and on and on, but that's going too deep. But like I said, it's a huge thing. She's going to PGC because she's having an interview with the morning show, and possibly she could have a permanent spot, because before she did, I guess, a guest spot before, and they enjoyed it, so she's up for a promotion. And I think that's a great thing, that Monique doesn't have, let's say, a steady job, but like she said, she's been working like in dealing with managing all their properties or whatever. I mean, which that's a real job, but I guess she wanted something for herself to be out there in the front, because she is the celebrity figure in her marriage, even though Chris Samuel is famous for playing for the Washington Redskins. So in the interview, it got kind of interesting. They hit a little bump in the road. The morning show, they kind of concerned, will Monique bring the drama of reality TV onto their radio set? And I get that. That's like huge, because like radio personalities or crews in this area have like such longevity, like shows stay on for 10, 15, 20 years. And it's a tight-knit thing. And it's more than a 9 to 5. You got to be to work every day at 5 a.m. and you might work till 5 at night. I mean, in the evening, and you do that for 10, 15 years straight, every single day, 5 days a week. So that is a thing, and they just want to know if she's serious about it. And she's kind of taken it back from it, because like, wow, like my past, I can't escape it or whatever, because of that situation on Real Housewives of Potomac. So it's a thing, but she lets them know like, hey, I don't bring the drama. She doesn't bring the drama, but if it comes, I deal with it. It didn't sound like a solid answer. She probably could have said something along the lines of, I definitely don't deal in drama. I stay a constant profession in all situations, and I never get off task or I focus on what I'm required to do. Something like that. But like I said, it was a good question. She could have cleaned it up just a little bit better, because yes, I understand. They're saying we got a well-oiled machine running here, and we don't need somebody to come in and mess that up with the reality show drama. So what I did notice in confidence, that Monique said pretty much, when I say confident, she was confident and sure about what she was saying. She was saying, like, if I get the job, I don't care what. Chris is going to have to pick up the slack. Like, this is a job, a lifetime achievement, or once in a lifetime situation. So I got to do it. And we go to Chris. Chris is meeting Monique's husband. He's meeting Winter's estranged husband, Kevin. And they show like a flashback of them being, Kevin and Winter being so happy. And that's the kind of thing where I guess maybe they were doing an interview, a promo interview to get on the show, because initially they were a couple on the show, but they're not together. And he's trying to paint that perfect picture and talk about their sexcapades. They had sex 8 times in one day. Like, I guess that's something to brag about within the marriage. And you could kind of get a feel that it wasn't authentic, not about the sex, but just them as a couple. So I guess they just never made the cut. And I forgot the restaurant that they were in. It was called All in Something. But I know that restaurant is the same. It's just like Art of Soul, where they take normal food and turn it into pretty much like artwork or whatever. It takes it to a higher level. It's called All in Something. I'm going to say All in One. But it's not in D.C. It's in Silver Spring, Maryland. Pretty much, let's say, what the best way I can describe it, to connect people, like, you would go to Georgetown. You would go to Howard University and ride straight up Georgia Avenue, maybe about 5 miles, and that's Silver Spring. Because even though that's Maryland, that's a place that's not too far outside of D.C. where you can connect easily and quickly. So, yeah, just to give you a little DMV tour, what have you. And, Chris really wants to know what happened in Kevin and Winter's marriage, because he was just like, y'all were so happy, everything was going well, and I know both of y'all, and I just don't understand. Then Kevin gets into this foggy story about it started when his company accused him of stealing $1,500 to take his kids ice skating. He was like, I've never been ice skating. And then he just kept going on and making all his excuses. Like, Chris was looking like, oh my, what's next? And to me, when a person has to explain away something so much and it's so crazy, it's got to be a line in somewhere. So I absolutely don't believe Kevin. I believe he's a scammer. I believe he stole all the money, allegedly, whatever that money is. And that's the thing. Chris, maybe Chris, I don't say he's naive or he sees the best in Kevin. He's just thinking, like, after hearing the story about how Kevin is so in love with Winter and she didn't give him time to explain and all that. But Winter tells a very different story in the end about scammer Kevin. So I get it. I get that. So, I mean, Kevin went all the way into like, well, my kids, what did he say? They accused me of love bombing her, giving her breakfast in bed 3 days a week and rubbing her feet down. They ain't say all that, but that's how he was making. He was painting himself to be like this perfect guy. So why are y'all divorced if you're just this wonderful, perfect guy? When is that unreasonable? I know she's a little off, but she doesn't seem unreasonable. So we go to Jamie and Quicksilver. Jamie and Quicksilver and Neil. They're meeting at Union Oyster Bar. And Union Oyster Bar it's right off of Florida Avenue. It's like a little area where they used to have like wholesale foods, but they turned it into like a dining district. It's straight up the street. If you keep going straight up Florida Avenue, you'll run into the famous U Street that connects to Georgia Avenue where Howard University is. It's all in a central area. So they're there pretty much chopping it up about the CIAA events that they're going to be doing. And I have to add, it must be a new thing now. Even though it was filmed in the winter, like everybody at the table had turtlenecks on. I did a turtleneck review on, put a ring on it. So turtlenecks are making a comeback. So everybody, winter's coming, fall, go get your turtlenecks when they get available. Or bring your old ones out. So, they're discussing like this respective CIAA events, and Jamie mentioned that his party promotion, J&J, is going to take over Baltimore. And because he was putting emphasis on that because DJ Quicksilver is from Baltimore and that's his city, and they're gonna be rumbling, I guess, for the spot. And like people, I seen different people in the comment. This is where like party promoting is like huge in this city because like anytime that is warm, even all the way up until the fall, people want to party and they want to party lavishly. So there's huge numbers in party promotion, just like with if Jamie, because he's a popular person, a person who's been in the business and well known, they can make plenty of money doing so because like we got this thing, as I told you, this is the area of the highest concentrated black wealthy people in the whole country. And not only that, this is the area that was built up through the crack era. So people are no stranger to large, dumb sums of money, you know, but a lot of people are doing it legit now. But at the same time, I'm gonna paint another picture, make you, like the people who are really making it now and who have lived in the 80s, and I can use example, I can't speak for somebody like Jamie and Arena who lived through the crack era, seen those types of money. So when they get legit and get businesses rolling, they want to live just the same way as everybody lived back then. Balling out, doing it up. You see the uniforms. I tell you, it's a uniform. When we make it, not a lot of us, some of us go that way because we come from nothing. We come from the dirt. Some of us. And like I said, it won't be uncommon. As you can see, they pull up. You're pulling up in the Maserati. They pulling up in the Range Rover. You see the Rolexes. You see the chains and all that kind of stuff. That's how it comes. When you don't have nothing, you finally get something, you just want to do it. Some of us, you know, so it's a thing. It's a real thing. It's not it's like, that's what we used to. So we legal now. We want to ball out like we selling crack, but we not. But anyway, I went deep in there. So even though Quicksilver, Jamie, and Neil are meeting, I don't know if it's production is pushing this. They still trying to turn Jamie and Arena's marriage into a Q&A. So Quicksilver want a Q&A Jamie about, well, you know, since you get back in the party life, is Arena down for it? Is she loving it? And Jamie was honest. He was saying like previously Arena was like a jealous person in the situation, but now she's more solid. She kind of understand that J&J, it has been out for a while and been cranking in the money. The nightlife is a little iffy and fishy because yeah, it brings on a lot of women. So especially if you at the top, you the promoter, you bringing in all the money. When you get all the money, all the women come. You know, you only have to have money, and because it's like those big inner cities where there are way more women than men. And then if you got the money, yeah, I guess you can pretty much have anyone you want. So that's how it go. But it was funny how Quicksilver, I don't know, he was like making a statement. He's like, well, it's cool. It was good that Ashley's been with me from day one. So, you know, she always got his back and ain't worried about, you know, to me, Ashley just gonna let Quicksilver cheat in peace. That's the thing. So just say that instead of trying to big everything up or make it sound so wonderful. So we see Monique, she's preparing to have her vegan dinner party for everybody. And she's checking in with the chef to make sure everything is going well. But something I got to hold up on, you know, I got little details, I got little pet peeves, and, you know, this is our channel, so I'm here to speak freely. So when I see Monique, she in the house, yeah, but Monique in a robe, got a Cleveland all out, all that up there, and I'm thinking, I don't know if the chef is her cousin or what, and they got other staff walking around. Yeah, that's your house, but, like, you can't be coming out like that. Chris need to get up on her, but I don't know. I'm starting to see less and less from Chris. I almost sound like Monique be running things for real. I don't know. I'm just going by what I see. But yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. You know, you at home, put something on. I know you waiting to put your big ball gown on for the dinner, but you could put something on other than walking in a robe and a cat suit or whatever. I ain't with all that and playing with the chef. So Monique sits Chris down, and something else I didn't like. It was more so she was talking to him like he was a little kid or something. Was saying like, well, you know, if I get this job at WPGC, you can't be staying out all night. You're gonna have to get up early in the morning. Like I know if I told you I can make the adjustments or I will, then that's what I'm gonna do. And that's exactly what Chris did. He didn't buck on her or try to push back. He's like, hey, whatever it takes, I'm gonna make sure you see your goals through. And that's something just to switch over, because like what Ashley was complaining or talking about, she doesn't have that in Quicksilver. Quicksilver doesn't say, you know what, I'm going to do what it takes for you to reach your goals, even though it's a totally separate situation. But if you don't support your spouse and what they're trying to do, they're going to resent you later. I don't care how much money you got. So, you know, you can play the game if you want to. But anyway, like I said, with Chris being supportive, I'm like, I really started to think Monique is like just picking with this man. Not that he's perfect and not that he doesn't have responsibilities, but like she's got a good dude there. So why like push him to the edge, you know? You can't work with that, Monique? I don't know. Because he seemed like he's flexible and compromisable. So let's go to the next scene. DJ Fun Size, DJ Quicksilver, he taking his wife Ashley out to a bite to eat. And they're at Jerry's Seafood. Now, Jerry's Seafood is very famous. This location is in Bowie, Maryland. It actually started in Lanham, Maryland. Well, we're going to forget the Lanham part, but in the Bowie section, it's from your boy's alma mater, HBCU, Bowie State University. You just keep driving straight down the street, and you'll run into, I went to school there with Tawanda Braxton back in the 90s or what have you. So I'm very familiar with the area. Jerry's wasn't there at the time, but it's a seafood place that really built up a strong reputation for their famous crab bomb. It's really like a crab cake without filling, and it got like a little special sauce on it. So it is official. It's a spot. But Quicksilver and Ashley are going there because Quicksilver said he don't do the vegan food. He ain't with it. So he want to eat something. And that's smart, because who want to be sitting there with a whole bunch of food that you don't want no part of and you starving? So, but let me tell you what threw me though, but because I know from the Real Housewives of Potomac, Monique's house is in Potomac, and you're in Bowie, that's far apart. That's almost 45 minutes away, you know, something like that, you know, 35, 45 minutes away. It's not close. So I don't know. It sounds kind of weird because, to my understanding, Quicksilver and them, they live in Baltimore. So they would actually almost have to drive past Monique's house to get to Jerry's Seafood in Bowie. Don't know. But it's, you know, I'm from the area, so I see these little details. It's kind of throwing me off. And Quicksilver, you know, and Ashley, they kind of having like a little date night. It gets a little cringy with the sexual innuendos, even though they married, but I don't want to see it. You know, he talking about, can I feed you? And she's like, oh, I got something. I got a cucumber in my mouth. Oh, you got a cucumber in your mouth, huh? Let me feed you. Let me something going in after it or whatever. Let me put this meat in your mouth. No, I don't ever want to hear nothing like that. No. But anyway, yeah, like I said, it almost gave me cringy, ready to love sexual innuendos. I didn't want to hear that. But, you know, Quicksilver's doing his Quicksilver thing. He dropping notice on Ash like, hey, I got 15 gigs in 3 days. So you know what that means? I ain't going to be home. It's impossible. I got to live outside and do all this work and bring you all this money. And I appreciated Ashley's stance. She's pretty much saying like she ain't going to nag him about it because she done already told the man like, listen, I need you to scale back some and provide more time at home and give me the ability to do what I need to do so I can go out there and make some money or make some successful moves or what have you. But she's saying like, it's just like a pattern. And I mean, and I like that she gets it. It's being real. She like, so after I keep complaining and reach this boiling point, he'll take me out on a few dates or whatever. I don't know, maybe a vacation, and then do it all over again to a year till you get a boiling point. He's running the game on it. He don't want to be home. I don't believe that, he got to just grind. That's what he know, because he said that's like his coping mechanism. But, you know, you got little people at home. You got your wife at home who's unattended, who's only kept by money. money and all that stuff, the Maseratis and the Range Rovers and all that stuff, that stuff won't keep you. It ain't everything that it's cracked up to be. But anyway, so they, like I said, they pretty much eating so Quicksilver can have something to eat. So we get to Monique's vegan dinner. It's finally here. It's ready. She's hosting like 3 couples, Quicksilver and his wife Ashley, Jamie and Arena, Neil and his wife, who used to be Monique's hairdresser, and who else? I guess Winter. And why is Winter there? Winter don't have no significant other. I think that's odd for a person, whether a man or woman, you're sitting around a table full of couples and you're by yourself. Like you could sit that one out. You know, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. But Monique's excited about her little dumb vegan thing. No, it was nice though. The chef prepared. It looked really nice, but she got a little overexcited. She was like, "Oh yeah, we got black excellence. Everybody's dressed to the nines." I'm like, "Where?" Only people who was dressed to the nines was Arena and Jamie. That's it. Everybody else had some casual wear and get up. And Ashley had a nice dress on, but it was what? Some snakeskin dress? I don't know, but she kind of went there. She must have had a couple of drinks before they came. But right in the dinner, Monique and Chris got into an argument where she was feeling neglected by Chris like when they had the pandemic or whatever, because she was really sick, and she felt like he didn't go check on her enough. Like she said, like he starved her. He didn't feed her, and Chris got really offended. And I get that, because it's like she's trying to paint him out to be the bad guy, in which he was trying to let her rest because she was like in a coma, sleep or whatever, and didn't want to wake her up while she's sick. You know, but she made a thing about that. What I did like, the Chris got offended quick, and it got heated. And he even told her to hush. And she didn't like that. She was offended. But I did like how they reeled it back, and he ended up apologizing for getting heated. Because sometimes people are so stuck with their anger, they be like, I ain't apologizing. I'm not going to accept accountability. I can really appreciate that, because certainly people argue, especially married people. And yeah, that was good to see. So within the dinner, they got to find a way. I don't know if it's production or people, they're so stuck on getting a Q&A out of Arena and Jamie, because they've been married for 26 years. Like, give me the blueprint, give me the template, you know, all that. Like, it don't really matter. You could probably ask for some advice here and there, but everybody's marriage, even if they've been married for 26 days or 26 years, it's all going to look different. You're going to have different variables in it. You're going to have different struggles and different situations, different children, different issues. It's all different. So I wish Arena and Jamie really didn't answer that, because now they were looking at their roller coaster of a marriage when they were telling them, as they were judging them, and that's not cool. And they're bringing up old things that should have been, as Jamie said, it was put to bed a long time ago. We good with it, or we settled with it, but now you open this back up and you're judging us, and we're helping you with information or sharing our information. Nah, you can't do that with people. Go with your gut. It ain't gonna never be a Q&A. Just be good to each other. That's how you stay married. You know, so yeah, it's the thing. It gets kind of nerve-wracking in front, and I don't know if it was to take kind of the pressure of the Q&A off, but Raina asked Winter, like, you know, she's been quiet or whatever, and Winter opened right up with that. That was the wrong question. She's like, well, you know, it's been an interesting 6 months, and my husband of almost 1 year stole from the company and moved in his mama's basement when he acted like he had a basement apartment in Georgetown. And she's right, it's really a different thing, because a basement apartment in Georgetown costs more than most people's houses. But she was just saying he's been dishonest throughout, and Monique even almost threw Chris under the bus. So, well, Chris had lunch with him, and he was like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I'm telling you the truth, and that this man is dishonest and he's a scammer. So pretty much right there, it went off, and it was to be continued. They love to do the cliffhangers, and it shows that Ashley's going to be making some smart comments against Winter, and I guess they're going to go head up. So we'll see. As I said, it was the second show. Drop down in the comments, tell me what you think, what I missed, something you want to add. And as I always tell y'all could be anywhere in this YouTube world, but you're here with me. I really appreciate it, and I really mean it.